Haven't seen him play their band yet today, but he is a strong pick. He's got a lot of, as a jungle, a lot of presence.
Yeah, especially set up with one of those Jace gates. That's a deadly combination of movement speed and CC. Coming out as a Kale ban, I feel like that's more of a targeted ban versus somebody on Sylex. So we'll see how that goes. And then a Moo ban coming out. Kind of seems like a standard ban in this tournament when there's not much else to do and kind of a blind ban scenario where you don't know much info about your other team.
Yep. And then we'll see this last ban here.
Blitzcrank ban.
So keeping that bot lane nice and safe from the grabs.
Yeah, you don't want Hook City showing up there. Blinding out Nautilus, Thresh, and Blitz.
So some champions they left open. There's Hecarim, a strong jungle.
Hecarim, Shen, Malphite. So a couple
Fate.
strong champions open.
Yeah.
Twisted Fate is open. That's a great pick.
I'd be a little surprised to see the Leona first pick.
Yeah, Leona first pick is one of those. When you first pick a Leona, you know that you're going to build a team comp around it. That's what that pick means. That means they're going to try and go for a somewhat AoE engage comp. You could expect something like a Malphite, maybe an Orianna mid, something where you could just group all of them together and kind of destroy them all at once.
Right. And we see Vi being picked up and locked in, and Lulu on Hips Don't Lie. Lulu, a strong support, a lot of poke. Her kit is pretty strong, both defensively and offensively.
Yep.
And Vi, I'm guessing we'll see a Vi jungle here. And her ganks are pretty strong. She's got a lot of disrupt when she gets into those lanes to gank.
Yeah, that Draven pickup is pretty nice. That Draven is such a bursty champion, and that Draven Leona, that lockdown from Leona, get that Draven burst going, and that's an easy kill. A good counter though is that Lulu, because once you get that lockdown, that Lulu can ult the AD carry, give them that 350 bonus health and a little bit of movement speed to hopefully get them out of there faster. And they're hovering over the Shen right now. That'll again provide support for that AD carry and whoever needs it with his ulti.
Yeah, and another great thing about Lulu is her polymorph really disrupts the Draven picking up his axes. It's one of those things that is really important for a lot of Draven players to keep picking up the axes. Any disrupt towards that kind of drops his damage down a lot.
Yeah, so that Shen being picked up, that Ez also being picked up, that Ez Lulu, that works more than a lot of people think that Ez, you play Ez with Thresh or Leona or something like that, but you don't really want to have an Ez with one of those champions who can just lock it down. Ez is not a bursty champ by himself. Late game Ez is. He can take out 1v1, but as with the current meta and blue build Ez, he's not a bursty champ that can 1v1 a Draven.
Yeah.
So that Ez Lulu is pretty good for those disengages and a little bit of poke. Yeah. Singed being picked up on top. I always love to see a Singed play and proxy farm the other team and kind of just get big and run around. Yeah. And again a Swain. So we just saw Swain in the last game being picked up, who was very good. That Swain play helped out a lot. His CC, the Ignite, and his ulti being able to reach low health enemies from a long distance, and it was really nice. Picked up a couple kills there. It seems like they're going to go for a pretty tanky team on the blue side, with that Singed, the Leona. Swain also pretty naturally tanky like a Ryze, and then also the Jax. Probably a good Jax build right now is with that bot work, the blade gives them a little bit of attack speed, lifesteal, and a little bit of damage too. So we can see a pretty tanky team going out. And as I said, here we go. Here comes the Ori pick getting in. So what you're going to expect to happen here is that Ori's going to put that ball on Vi. Yep. Vi's going to jump into that team with her ultimate. Shen should probably ult either Vi or the AD carry, whoever being targeted, and get them all in the middle there.
Yeah, so it's one of those champion picks that really synergizes the team. When you see an Ori pick, you usually see a lot of champs that can dive or are a bit tankier so they can take a bit of damage before they get bursted down.
Yeah, exactly. Champions even like Renekton, Xin Zhao, who can go into that back lane and kind of have a wide radius of enemy champions around them. That Ori pick is super nice. I find playing Ori is probably one of the funnest champions to play too. It's you can counter ganks really nicely with a couple wards. You get that speed boost, you get that extra shield, and you can let your jungle, like an Ori Zac combination is probably one of the funnest combinations to play in all of League of Legends right now. So, also the new Ori skin's pretty fun. The TPA Ori skin is pretty fun too.
Yeah,
So.
those TPA skins are fun and well deserved.
Yeah.
TPA players.
Yeah, wow,
fantastic.
TPA is nuts. TPA is probably one of my favorite teams. They're such a great group of people, and super nice guys, and you can totally see the difference between the Asian region professional teams and the North American region teams. It seems, and it makes sense, it seems like the North American region teams are more flashy, not flashy, but like less goal-orientated. They're more so loving the experience than making it a job. And TPA, you can even like hear it in their interviews and whatnot, the videos they post. They want to win. This is their life for the moment. They practice so hard, and they do this to win and nothing else.
I would agree with that. I think that's a very apt statement. Just here, the last 2 minutes before the game starts, want to check out some runes?
Yeah, let's check out some rune pages. Let's go for the ADCs like we usually do. It seems to be common with that lifesteal, and there we go, the lifesteal again, getting that 6%. So that's 3 lifesteal quints going down, flat MR, flat armor, and then flat damage marks. Yep. Or no, not damage marks, that's running armor pen, actually.
Yeah. And Draven just naturally has that attack steroid with his Q.
Yeah.
So armor pen is really helpful for him.
Yeah, totally.
Extra damage early game isn't a huge loss.
Yeah.
And then if we check out Ezreal, he's not running any lifesteal quint, so we might not be seeing a blue Ezreal this game. Usually blue Ezreals need that lifesteal early game.
Yeah, just to kind of get back in there. You may see an Infinity Edge Ezreal coming out. We're getting that early Bloodthirster, or not Bloodthirster, getting that early BT. Not BT, the BF sword. Thank you, everybody. Getting that early BF sword and kind of going just pure damage rather than the blue build.
Yeah. And still a strong build on any 80 carry.
Yeah, for sure.
Apologies. Blue build just seems to be the build of the flavor of the week, if you will.
Yeah, exactly.
But it is a very strong build. He still might do it. It's just without running the lifesteal quint, it's risky because that early game is really a struggle to get past.
Yeah. Quickly, let's check out Vi's rune pages. Let's see if she's running that movement speed. As I talked about earlier, right now in Season 3, movement speed seems to see is kind of the king stat of the jungle. And she is running that movement speed, attack speed. The MSAS combo is pretty common nowadays, actually, on a lot of champions. We saw Udyr running the movement speed earlier. And that movement speed just allows for people to get to lanes faster, allows for better ganks and better chase capabilities.
Yeah. So we'll check out the other jungle very quickly. We have a few seconds.
Nope, just damage.
Just straight.
Oh no, armor pen.
Armor pen, and then a lot of armor himself. So he's going to be that tanky Jax that we see quite often. And we're going to see the skins again. We'll see who can win this skin war.
What do we got here? We got 4 skin on top, 4 skin bottom. So it's a 4v4 here.
Which the first even match we've seen all day skin-wise. But as we talked about earlier, we have the TPA Shannon, the TPA Ezreal.
No TPA Ori, though. That would have been a fun combination. I would actually like to see an entire team running the TPA skins. I think that would be super funny to see. That would be a fun game to cast. It's just an entire team of TPA skins. Hopefully somebody who's playing is listening to that right now and ends up playing an entire game of TPA skins with the Nunu, the Mundo, the Ezreal, the Shen, and the Ori. Hopefully.
So here we go. Just first item buys. Pretty standard again. Wards. A lot of wards coming out from everyone. they want to have a lot of vision. They want to be safe in their lanes for a while. Ezreal picking up Doran's Blade as well.
So that is the common start nowadays, hey, for that bottom lane. The longsword doesn't seem to do too much. I know at the beginning of Season 3, longsword seemed to be king.
Yeah, longsword 2 pots.
Yeah, but they I think they've realized that 80 health, the 10 attack damage, and the 5 attack on hit tends to be really nice.
Yeah, so we see Leona warded her blue. They're going to try and invade here, and they just wanted to be extra safe and making sure their blue doesn't get...
I think this Ori's going to get caught. I think this Ori's going to get cocky right here. Go into their
Leona
second bush.
Showed herself, maybe? Draven definitely showed himself.
That was...
a little bit of impatience.
Oh, here comes the flip from Singed. There we go. There's a lockdown. Great play by Singed. Singed, what did he even do? Singed ghosted. Ghosted. Yeah, he ghosted to catch up and managed to flip the Ori back and get a kill on her.
Little BMing, spamming the laugh there.
But that's what you got to do when you're Surfer Singed, you know? They're going to actually not take this blue. They're going to go back. The Singed is also being really silly, but manages to go back. And kind of just go back, maybe take their own blue. Did manage to pick up that first blood, and that did go on Jax the jungle, giving him a little bit of a head start. Hopefully giving him a little bit of XP to get to level 2 faster. Doesn't take Wraiths, so is a little bit behind actually Vi at this point, but will pick up that blue and then continue his jungle path.
Yes. So Ezreal and Lulu just helping Vi, probably give her a smiteless. Yep, there it is. And I believe Jax used his smite, and left his... He didn't clear his blue camp, which is odd. He's got to waste some time going back to clear that up.
Yeah, forgot about the little golems. They're always the trickiest to kill. They're need very good communication to kill those little golems.
So the Sims just spam and laugh some more. Kind of just back to standard lanes right now.
Yeah, the top lane at this point isn't going to be too active. It's a Singed versus Shen, so it's just going to be running around and pressing your F keys quite a bit, I would assume. We see, if you look at the jungle, you see that Jax is just now getting to his Wraiths.
Yeah, so that's a bit of time that he wasted with going back to clear his blue. We see Vi up top going for a gank. Singed has that warded, so he's feeling pretty safe.
But doesn't get out of there. Gets that taunt and Q. So might get an early kill here. Yeah, gets that early kill, and Shen flashes out, so that's a clean early kill on that Singed. Even though he had that bush warded.
Yeah, Singed seemed to be a little overconfident there. He thought he for sure could get away or get that toss under the tower.
He was too busy spamming laugh is what I feel happened. Getting a little bit cocky, and you never really like to see that 3 minutes in, or else you're going to pay for it.
Yeah.
And that's what happens. That's literally what happens is people who get cocky are people who make mistakes.
So Shen managed to get that. Did Shen pick it up? No, Vi managed to get that kill. So the jungle's both taking the kill. Shen has that assist.
That you see this Jax. I'm not too sure what's going on with this Jax. This Jax is just now taking his red for the first time, where Vi has already taken both her jungle camps twice and ganked once.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm not too sure what happened with this Jax. It could have been, as I said, this is one of the problems with invading. If you don't kind of organize your invade correctly, it can backfire completely. Even though you may get that first blood, it can backfire completely.
Yeah. So we see Vi here coming in for counter gank,
and
she's ahead of Jax now, which makes that gank a lot stronger.
Not only is ahead of Jax, has now just taken Jax's double buff, which took him 4.5 minutes to get.
Yeah.
So this Jax at this point is so far behind that he needs to either just stay in his lane or stay in his jungle and kind of camp up there, or manage to pull a miracle in one of these two lanes.
Yeah. So we see Singed up here chasing down Shen. It's one of those things that he's probably not going to get a kill, but he's going to push him out of lane.
Really good management of his mana by that Singed, knowing to turn off his smoke screen, turn that off, his poison trail when he knows he's not going to get any damage off, but still a little bit of of miscommunication. And this bot lane is getting huge hits from Vi. This Vi is doing amazing work. Might pick up a kill on Leona if Vi gets one more hit.
No. So they managed to stay pretty safe. Draven had his barrier up. They tried to go on Ezreal and Lulu, but Vi was there for the gank. She almost managed to get a kill there, or maybe even a double. But
yeah, this Vi is actually a very good jungler. Vi by itself isn't not often picked anymore. It was picked a lot. It was super strong when it came out, and it is still quite strong. But you often seeing it put aside to jungles like Nautilus, Nocturne. Nocturne not so much anymore, but tankier junglers, maybe Cho or Nocturne, or Nautilus. But Vi is still quite a viable jungle. She's great mobility with her Q, a long-range ult which can single out an entire target, especially compatible with the Ori ultimate. Yes. And just a great champion with a great set all around.
Yeah. So we see the CS, even though Singed has been putting a lot of pressure on Shen, he hasn't been able to keep up the CS. Shen has been able to farm pretty freely. Again, Singed does that damage, but Shen has that regen and has that ability to stay in lane for quite a while. Ezreal is ahead of Draven in CS as well. Draven hasn't been able to get those hard engages that he'd like, and Ezreal's being able to farm.
Quite easily. This Ez with the Q is farm, and that look at the distance of that Vi Q.
Yeah.
Vi just queued from just under that bush to hit the Singed, making Singed popped his ghost. And it might have been an early pop on that ghost.
Yeah.
He kind of used it for half a second, but and Vi wasn't level 6 yet, so there's no way for Vi to catch up to that Singed after. You could have got the taunt from Shen, but I guess Singed wanted to be rather safe than sorry in that case.
Yeah, I think he might have learned his lesson from the earlier gank, playing a bit safer this time around.
Yeah, not spamming laugh so much maybe.
Yeah.
Comes to be a little bit of a slower period right now. We see the thing I want to point out the most is that Jax is level 5 at this point. Jax has managed to catch up, is what I was saying. He knows that he wasn't going to do anything good inside the lanes. He went to do a gank and failed, got the other team's mid a kill. He knows that he needs to get himself to a point where he actually is useful in a gank. Yeah. So he's completely caught up with Vi now. She has a little bit more gold on him because of that extra kill.
Vi has her ult up. Going for the kill. Gonna dive in. The Shen ult gonna not be able to save her.
Shen ult didn't even happen. Singed knew that it was ulting, came up and flipped him. So great play by that Singed to cancel the Shen ult. Sorry you didn't get that on camera, but that actually could have just saved the blue team from getting screwed over in there, for lack of better words.
Managing to fling and ignite, get that kill. Again, spamming laugh.
One of these days, that spamming of laugh is gonna not be so good. But for now, he gets the kill on Shen and cancels his ulti. So a great play by that Singed, regardless of what he's doing, what macros he's playing in game.
Yeah. And Ezreal and Lulu just pushing under the tower. Draven had to go back after that gank attack. He had died.
Yeah.
My apologies.
I like
gank.
I like this pick by the what's this guy's name? His name is Swain. I like this Swain pick. Is he a new champion? I think Swain's a new champion. I like this Swain pick against the Ori.
Swain's been around for a while.
See, I like this Swain against the Ori pick. Ori has a lot of poke early on, especially with that blue buff. So having that Swain who can just regen his health with his blue buff, having a little bit of mana pots and the tier up, makes him be able to stay in lane a little bit longer and not having to build so much lifesteal. Not lifesteal, but spell vamp. Yeah,
spell vamp,
exactly.
So Singed has been doing a better job keeping that Shen away from that CS. He's caught up quite a bit.
But Vi's coming up here right now, kind of decides to not do it.
I think she felt it was warded, but I think Sindge was just
playing passive. Why would he go under tower? There's no chance of getting him minions.
We see Ezreal jumping on Draven, who is running towards his... and managed to flash us out of the ult. Ezreal still chasing down. See how that bot lane goes?
Lots of action here. Bot lane goes out.
So Ezreal manages to chase that Draven down. Jax might be able to pick up this kill here.
Unless as Arcane shifts.
Have the
barrier pops. Vi might come in. Vi ulti is not up,
Yeah,
but
she just tried the mid or the gank mid, so I think her ult was down there. Just gonna chase it down. Might be able to pick this up.
Vi's Q is up right away. It's up now. She might go in for the Q. Oh, the red buff manages to pick up that Leona.
So good chase down by Vi. Sindge is coming down. Just to try to catch her in the jungle, but
manages to get away.
Manages to get away. Jax manages to stay alive with his red buff.
I'm not too sure what this Singed is doing. Singed is now missing out an entire wave, perhaps 2 of farm, and also letting Shen get damage on this tower, which would be super, super important later on, where Shen could help roam the jungle perchance and even walk in lanes and kind of ult where he needs to be.
Yeah,
so
I think Singed wanted to try to get down there and help out get a kill. But he did leave his top lane for quite a while. He is waiting by the tower. I think he's going to try to get a kill here. I don't know if it's going to work out for him, but here he comes for it. Oh, no, just wants to hit those last few creeps.
Just said hi and went their respective ways. There's no wards anywhere on top lane is the other thing. Yeah. And this is something that top lanes have to communicate to their junglers. And Shen was so far pushed that Vi and Singed could have pulled something off, or sorry, that Jax and Singed could have pulled something off. But I don't think there's much communication going on in terms of ward coverage on top lane. They see that neither of them have wards in their inventory. They see that neither of them have purchased wards. So
and we have the Shen taunt, and the Vi is here. Her ult, I believe, is up.
Yeah, so this could be a kill. There goes it. Shen taunt coming in right away. Ignite goes down. And is this enough to kill it?
Be able to get out.
So
Shen
misses
really
his taunt.
reckless. And this is why you don't chase a Singed.
Wow.
You never
chase the Singed with a little bit of mana.
Forgot that rule.
Yeah.
Singed managed to get a kill, and here comes Swain. Gonna try to clean up Vi here.
Sin managed to pick up a kill and spam laugh, so you know he's had a good day. This the Swain's kind of leaving his lane, letting Ori get a little bit of damage on, but coming back, noticing his mistake as to kind of chasing after a Gone player. Manages to lock up Ori, pops his ulti, but Ori's burst is quite high right now. Ori doesn't even use her ultimate, knows that he can't burst down that Swain with that much mana right now, but Jax comes in, but Ori manages to get away from that gank.
Yeah. I think Jax wanted to show his presence there, make Ori back off just a little bit. I don't think he had a good chance of jumping on Ori at that point.
No.
Down in bot lane again, we have Draven and Ezreal. Ezreal with a bit of a lead, has a kill, has a bit of a CS lead. But again, that Draven is going to really hit hard.
Yeah.
We do see that Ezreal has built that Spirit of the Elder Lizard already and has his Tear of the Goddess. So he is going that blue Ezreal build. And doing quite nicely, farming and keeping himself safe.
Yeah, exactly. The farm seems to be pretty even around the board. A little bit of an advantage to the purple side, but nothing too substantial. As you see, the gold advantage is less than 1,000. I believe it's 900 right now, 14 minutes in. So it's a lot closer than we've seen early on. That Leona went in quite deep, knew that Jax was coming. Jax here pops on Ezreal before Ezreal Arcane shifts before Jax locks that stun.
So Jax is going to dive. Draven ult not enough to take a kill.
And his ult also not enough to take a kill.
Yeah.
So kind of each team respectively backs off. Swain and Ori coming down, but Vi's going there too. Vi's always in the right place, but they just managed to back off. Oh,
there's the
Vi goes back in. Ult on Vi. And there we go.
Gets blown up. They managed to get Jax. I think they're probably going to get Draven as well. Ezreal taking a lot of tower hits,
Wow.
but manages to get just out of range and pick up those.
That Ori play was unbelievable. That Ori play knew to put the ball onto Vi, knew that Vi was ulting. Ulted on top of Vi, grabbed 3 people in, popped the barrier and flash from Ezreal, managed to pick up a triple kill while only losing 1 player.
Yep. And they're just going to pick up this dragon here. Both jungles are down, so they're not afraid of a smite steal. They just got those kills. So it's a pretty free dragon.
Yeah, pretty. Also, the other really nice thing about that Ori pick is the ability to take dragons and take objectives without losing much health. She has a shield that heals for about, or not heals, but she has a shield that that blocks about 300 incoming damage at level 1. So her ability to tank dragon is so far ahead of most mids that she can actually be the one, if junglers are down, that tanks the dragon or that puts a shield on the ADC that he could tank dragon and grab a little bit of life from him. Which is also another big reason why people end up picking that Ori. Her utility and her skill set is just so nice and so helpful for most teams.
And then we have Singed again, just spamming his laugh, having a good time up in top lane.
Well, why wouldn't you have a nice time? You're a surfer Singed. All you do is just run around and press Q, I guess, right? You see that that tanky build on that Singe, though, with that Tear of the Giant's Belt and the Haunting Guise. It's weird to... I don't know, I don't play a lot of Singe, but it's weird to pick up 3 kind of not full items before you finish one of them. I know that personally, and usually, from what I understand, that finishing an item is somewhat advantageous, but I guess on a Singe it could be a little different.
Yeah, and here we have Vi coming into the jungle with the Ori ult on top. Ignites up, probably will lock that down pretty easily. Ezreal coming into the jungle. I feel they're probably just going to get that kill and walk away.
Yeah.
But back to talking about not really finishing off items. Really kind of depends on where you're at. Like, Singe feels pretty comfortable. He's not under a lot of pressure to do a lot of damage to get extra tanky right now. Vi has shown a lot of presence up top, but it hasn't been enough to scare him off.
Yeah. They're going to get this mid tower pretty much for free. Again, that Ori Eld coming into play, letting Vi take those couple tower shots and not ending up doing any damage to the Vi.
So we see Draven here trying to catch up to Ezreal. Not able to do so. Arcane shifts away, and it's just back to farming down in the bot lane. So we have a bit of an advantage here for the purple side. Hips don't lie. Up 5 kills, up about 4,000 gold. They're probably just going to keep pushing this advantage they have. Vi's shown a lot of presence in her lanes and all the lanes, and it's been great. We have Swain coming down to help gank, but didn't really get too much. Ezreal ult just clearing that wave, probably going to go back and buy right away.
I really like this combination of that Lulu, the Vi, and the Ori, because the movement boost from Ori and the movement boost from Lulu allows Vi to get right into the middle of the action and ult and Q and just kind of absorb all the damage, and just help her team out, just be that tank and the bruiser that we know that Vi is.
So Ezreal just taking down that tower. There is Singe and Leona and Draven all bot. Getting the tower safely and just backing away. Saw Singe was chasing him.
Yeah.
They're traveling around a lot right now. I don't know if they're trying to look for a fight here, or if they're just trying to pressure some towers. But Singe was doing fairly well, just farming top. But I think
they want to try and move maybe into more a team fight stage. They know they're not doing so good in the laning stage. Yeah. They know that they're quite at a disadvantage right now, so I think that they want to move it to the team fight stage. I think that's what they think their best bet is at this moment. That's where they're going to... If a lead does happen, if a mistake manages to get made from purple side, that's where it's going to happen, in the team fight stage. And with that Leona and the Swain, they do have a good team fight. They do have a great team fight for late game, but the other team is pretty fed. It's a 6k gold lead. It's a 5 kill lead. So the other team is pretty fed, and they do have 3 towers to 1. So we'll see what happens in this team fight stage if we get there even. But at 20 minutes, this is one of the... As funny as this is to say, this is one of the most even games we've seen, I guess, at 20 minutes.
Yeah. Usually around the 20-minute mark, one team really pulls away.
Yeah, exactly. But then again, we see them pulling away in other terms. We see that the Jax the blue team's jungle is only level 9, whereas the Vi is level 11. We see that this Sens is able to 1v1 this Draven without any problems. So we see them pulling away in different manners, but I don't think they're taking advantage of their lead as good as they could. And this Singed just
trying to be singed and under the team. I think he underestimated how strong the other team is right now.
Yeah.
And Draven's gonna come down, gonna try to clean up some kills. Big plays coming up. Vi's chasing down the Leona, Shen taunting after ulting, I believe, Orianna. And they picked up a 5-for-1 ace.
And you see, again, that Vi coming in.
Yeah.
She is huge. She has that Warmog. She has the Merc Treads. And she has that Spirit of the Elder Lizard with that health regen. And she is giant. She took so much of that damage with that Ori shield and with the shield from Lulu that she was just able to absorb all the damage, let the Ezreal and the Orianna just free cast on the entire enemy team.
And I think they're just trying to take this inhib turret and back off. I don't know if they'll go for the inhib. The death timers are up.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
So yeah, they'll probably, what they're probably wanting to do now is maybe go pick up Dragon, grab their buffs, and then head back by a little bit and then prepare for the next team fight. Yeah. You see, the one thing though that the blue team is doing is they're actually warding really nicely. Yeah. They have wards in river, they have wards in their own jungle and in the mid lane just to kind of check, where purple team doesn't have many wards.
Yeah.
So
we see blue team ping dragon, purple team no wards down there, so they should be able to pick up this dragon quickly if they go for it now. But they decide to back away and try to get a kill on Ezreal. Ezreal's arcane shift away.
That's the good thing about blue Ezreal is his ability to kind of kite by himself when you don't have a lot of people that can kite for you is very nice. And it's even better when you do have a lot of people that can kite for you. You have a Lulu, you have an Ori, you have a Vi, and a Shen that can all kite so well for you. And yet, if he gets locked down, he can kite by himself. He has his Iceborne Gauntlet, he has his Arcane Shift with the super low cooldown, and the Qs and Es to do a little bit of damage along the way and get some of that health back. Purple team does manage to take up that dragon, free dragon, but the Singe kind of split pushes top a little bit. Doesn't manage to get the tower, but does do quite a bit of damage.
Yep. And we see blue team ping down mid lane. They might try to force a team fight or just try to get this mid tower down, knowing that mid tower on their side is all the way to inhib. So we see blue team just trying to siege this mid tower. I don't know how much damage they'll be able to do, or if any. Purple team's chasing them down now. They have that ward down there, so they know they're running away. We might see purple team try to push this Baron inhib.
Yeah, earlier on in this game, this Singe was able to 1v1 this Shen, but when that Shen picked up those Merc Treads and the Sunfire Cape and the Kindle Gem, it kind of counteracted it. Singe can't do much at this point against the Shen. He knows the Shen's stronger. It's just kind of a stalemate at that point, and if Singe does engage, he knows that Shen's going to win that engage. Yeah,
and we see Singe having to back, knowing that his inhib is under pressure, and Shen being able to just split push now, knowing that his ult is up and is safe to split push for a while, and has that bit of an advantage.
So this Vi is going in right now, doesn't manage to get an ult off, manages to ult Draven, Lulu ult comes down, this Vi takes out Draven, then the Vi takes out Jax.
The Shen ult managed to save Orianna. Vi is just chasing down this Singed and Swain. The Shen taunt not long enough, the range just out of range. But they're chasing down this Singed and Swain under the towers. It might be a little too overconfident. They do get that Swain kill, and they do manage to fight off Singed. So again, that was a 4-for-1 Shen
Team's
staying a little too far back.
destroyed.
Probably won't be able to make it. There we go.
I'm not
the
sure why Draven
ult,
ulted that.
a little. Maybe
Got a
just
little
wanted
bit
that kill.
hypey. Just wanted that kill a little bit too much.
But the purple team did manage to get the inhib, picking up, stealing their blue buffs from the blue side.
And look at that shield. That Ori shield and the Lulu shield together just had an extra 600 health on that Orianna. That combination is super important for any team fight. When the Ori can shield herself from 500 damage, the Lulu shield, the Lulu ult, and you see this Ori is doing so much damage right now. She has her Rebs, she has her Athene, she has another Needlessly, she hasn't even finished her boots, and she has almost 200 farm. And she right now is the main source of damage for this other team.
And we see Singed had managed to fling her into his team, but just the shields and the utility of the Shen ult, she did not go down, even though she was the targeted opponent.
This is actually a funny thing to look at. Orianna has 1,690 health right now. If she shields herself with the Lulu shield and Shen ult, she has an entire health bar of armor or shield that she can do it. So they can knock out her entire shield, and then she has an entire health bar again. So it's unbelievable to see that she can just tank almost 1,300 damage or 3,000 damage, sorry, from the entire enemy team and still get right back in there. And now she just picked up her Zonias, so she knows when she goes in, she can just Zonias, get another shield, take invulnerability to damage, and just kind of work her way through the entire enemy team.
So we see Vi going in again, ulting the Draven, going straight for that ADC.
And you see how much that Vi is able to tank. The Vi takes out the Jax again. The Ez picks up the kill on Leona. Ori manages to get the kill on Leona, sorry. Shen picks up Draven. Singed does manage to get a kill on Vi, but again, it's just Vi that's dying.
Yeah.
She's taking so much damage, and everyone's bursting everything on that Vi, and Ez and Ori are still full HP. This is probably game, guys. They're going to take out these last two Nexus towers 27 minutes into the game.
Ezreal managing to pick up that kill there.
Yeah.
1v1 Swain at the moment. But yeah, this is... I don't think Swain's going to be able to have everything back. That Ezreal ult managing to get that kill there. Orianna Zhonya's...
That Shen ult coming down onto Leona, onto Lulu, saving Lulu. Doesn't even want her to die once. Gets this Nexus, and that is game, folks. Wow, what a game. Sylex does lose to Hips Don't Lie. An unbelievable game, and great teamwork from that Shen, using the shields of Lulu, of Orianna, of Shen, and the tankiness of Vi to pull away with that victory at 28 minutes.
Yeah, it was a great match. Sylex managed to get that first blood in the jungle, managed to kind of take that early lead. Jax wasn't able to capitalize on gaining that first blood. Singed playing a little silly.
Yeah, Singed
got ganked,
got a little cocky.
Got ganked knowing that there was a Vi there.
Yeah.
And then kind of just Jax took a long time to get into this game and wasn't able to be an impactful jungle.
Yeah, that the counter jungle in the beginning could have actually impaired Jax. He did get that first blood, but he was 4 minutes behind his camp. He cleared his first red at 4 minutes and 30 seconds, which is 2.5 minutes later than a red should be cleared. So we see that sometimes counter jungling can actually be detrimental to a team, and he ends up going 1-7-4. Otherwise, great game by everyone involved. Great teamwork and communication. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure to cast. We have a couple more games coming up soon. My name is Kezek.
And I'm Kajikal.
And we'll see you soon next game. Thanks so much, guys.
Cheers.